welcome back. It's cold. Did you know it's cold? It's the Silent Hill play novel. I missed you, Silent Hill play novel. Yeah, back to our incredibly temperature-attuned protagonist. I should probably turn the audio on. I turned it off because it was, oh, so awful. Here we go. Ugh. Jesus. Sounds like crap. It's cold and it sounds like crap. Hope you're ready for more of this shit. I am slightly drinking. It's cold and not unexpected, as it is snowing outside. God, Harry, you're really attuned to this shit. But this room has no heating of any sort. How do you know that? Maybe there's vents, dude. I took off my jacket and went to put it on Lisa, but she shook her head from side to side. and bit her lip in a strange fashion. Isn't there any heating? Lisa's eyes shifted to the heater in the back of the room. What the fuck? Then there is a source of heat in this room. I'm sorry. This worked until yesterday, but today it's broken. It's ironic. No, it's not. Just unfortunate, not ironic. Lisa shrugged her shoulders. But there should be an oil heater for use in the patient rooms in the reception area. I will go and get it. Lisa begins to stand, but I stop her. I will go and get it. You just sit tight. Lisa smiled. You are kind. I pretended not to hear her as I left the room. Why? Why did you pretend not to hear her? It's a nice compliment. I take an audible breath. I don't know why that's funny to me. While I was talking to Lisa, I had become mentally tired, but I did find myself faintly attracted to her. An unexplainable irritableness took control of my feelings. That's called the horny. I placed my hands on one of the two heaters lined up under the reception counter, and then was gripped with a strange sensation. I raised my head and looked around. In the dark, gloomy lobby, there is only the sound of a large wall clock ticking away the passage of undeniable time. You can't deny that time, guys. While listening to the irregular rhythm of that ticking sound, it sounds pretty... Wait, how can a rhythm be irregular and also it sounds quite regular here because it's ticking like a clock? Clocks are regular, whatever. Which was not unlike the irregular pulse of a patient just before they die. I completely forgot why I came to the lobby. Footsteps? Whose footsteps are these? I turned back, and as I approached the long corridor on the first floor, I saw it. Okay, this didn't happen in the game. At the end of the corridor, with the white light hitting her back from the window, the dark figure of a girl appeared out of the darkness. She appears to be facing me, and can see me. Cheryl? Very tall for Cheryl. She looks mighty tall. She should be half that height if it were Cheryl. At the moment I began to approach, the figure vanished. And it made a weird crunchy shotgun noise when it left. The sound of gunfire reverberates throughout the hospital. From the door just left of where I am standing. There's no doors left here, it's just windows. Lisa! What? I opened the door. The faint scent of gunpowder wafts through the air. And in the middle of the room, Lisa lay on her side dead. Wow. I fucked up, guys. Lisa. I instantly thought of Sybil. What a fucking douchebag. Why don't you think of Lisa? She's dead in front of you. The situations strangely resemble each other. Only Lisa and I, are in the room. In this closed room, only a face-down corpse and me. In the short amount of time I was out of the room, someone came and shot Lisa in the neck, and then left the room. That girl. Yes, it was that girl. There is no doubt about it. She must have lied in wait for Lisa to be alone. However, for what purpose? Why Lisa and not me? I guess I'll pursue it. Does it? I mean, maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. The thing is that it doesn't matter immediately. Like, there's no immediate difference. Like, if there are differences, they really wait to tell you what's different about it, which makes it actually genuinely more tricky than modern games when it comes to, you know, choosing alternate paths. Is it just me, or does this kind of look like a figure? Like, that's the head. Here's the arm. Here's the body. right over here. I violently opened the door of the examination room. As soon as I got into the corridor that the girl was in, I turned and raced in the direction of the elevator hall. The reason there are no people in this town. A mass murder? Harry, that doesn't make sense. A murderer in the form of a girl that kills indiscriminately. My body shuddered. As I reached the wall at the end of the corridor, my eyes fell upon yet another gruesome sight. Dr. Kaufmann is dead. Whoa, he is! Everyone's dead. I fucked up. Everyone's dead. Kaufmann. Kaufmann has shrunk into the corner of the hall as if he was driven there. One of the walls is covered with a disgusting spatter, and he is already dead on the floor. Upon seeing his injury, I sank to the ground. I sat with my legs crossed on the hard tile floor, at a loss as to what to do. Well, clearly it's time to check in with Dahlia, and oh no, she's dead too! That girl is walking around and destroying everything she sees with the gun! You know, the gun! Alright, the gun. However, that girl is not here now. I bury my face in my hands. I thought, please, kill me soon. As each of the people in town are killed. I don't want to be the last one, please. Kill me soon. He turns around and fucking Alessa is there with a gun right to your face, and that's the last thing you see before the screen goes red. It says game over. That would be amazing. Some art of the sequel to this game. Oh my god! That's so good. Hang on, I gotta do this thing. Now you can see that I listened to Oh No, Ross and Carrie up here. Sorry. Where would this be? Well, I mean, you can see parts of it, but that's not very helpful. I didn't capture this very well, did I? Got the chat, I got the alert box, window capture 3. Sort of, kind of. Okay. Work on this. It's Silent Chills, and it's fucking Harry with his little hat and his little shawl, and that looks really good, Mall Ghost. Oh my gosh. How did you make what font is this that you found the C for? Look at this. What a fucking edit. Gosh, Mall Ghost. The quality of your edits is out of this world. Can't believe it. Amazing. Thank you. That's crazy. You're so good at that shit. Anyway, with my eyes closed, I prayed hard and wished for that. And then the girl came. The low sound of a motor. Is she driving an ambulance? And a chime announced her arrival. Ding dong. The doors slowly open and close. After stepping off the elevator, the girl walked over to me and stood there. I was able to tell who the girl was without even raising my head. Daddy? I could not hold back my overflowing tears. I placed my palms on my face and cried out, Cheryl, why? Why are you doing this? My unintelligible voice resonated with the walls of the hall. The walls of the hall. Because she's like old Cheryl. Look, she's got a fucking gun! Oh my god. Oh no. Oh. Cheryl's got a gun. Wow, that's a screenshot for the ages. What the fuck? I looked at Cheryl through the spaces between my fingers. In her small right hand, she held a black, solemn handgun, which was disproportionate to her size. I said, period, end of statement. Give me that hand. You're not supposed to have that. Cheryl, give me that handgun. I tried to take the handgun away from Cheryl. It can't be. It can't be. This handgun is... Cheryl grinned, then placed the barrel of the gun against my forehead. What? What? Wow, I didn't realize I stopped right before this incredible climax of the game. Harry stopped being worried about the temperature all of a sudden because his daughter was putting a fucking gun against his forehead. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Goodbye.
The voice of the girl rocks my eardrums. The sound of gunfire. With my eyes closed, I waited for my consciousness to fade away. However, something is not right. I gingerly opened my eyes and saw Cheryl lying in front of me. Sybil was standing behind her with the gun in her hand pointed at Cheryl. Oh, you can't shoot my daughter even if she has a gun pointed at my forehead. Oh my god. What? Oh my god. It's just like intrigue after intrigue here. Holy shit. Sybil. Smoke was rising from the barrel of her handgun. Sybil glanced at me and then let out a long breath. Sybil? Harry. I'm glad I made it on time. I am glad I made it on time. Are you hurt? I forcefully stood and wrapped my hands around Sybil's neck! What have you done? Have you lost your mind? Sybil is not surprised that I'm choking her. Excuse me? With effort, she remained calm and pointed at Cheryl's body with her chin. Take another look. Take a good look. That is not Cheryl. I rolled over the face-down body and looked at its face. Dahlia? What? What? I am losing my mind. And then it was me in my underpants all along. I look up at Sybil. I was Dahlia dressed like a 6-year-old girl with a gun. You mistook her for Cheryl? You must have been hallucinating. But that's all right. I am just really glad I made it in time. What is this all about? Dahlia and Kaufmann, and also Lisa. By chance, I heard the three of them talking, so I listened in. Oh my god, I guess we stopped choking her. That wasn't what we discussed. Heh! It's not like we ever had a deal in the first place. I will take the White Claudia, because I don't care for trusting you with it.
Kaufmann, with this you are going to become very rich. I have a good route for distribution.
You people, you're in cahoots with each other. Cahoots? Oh my god, I didn't think the word in cahoots would show up in this thing. Cahoots. Oh my god, this whole game is a big cahoot, man. Appreciation for the term in cahoots right now. No one is conspiring against you. Since the beginning, everything has been going according to plan. Why would Lisa say that? She was drugged up and, like, blackmailed into this. You've taken care of distribution, right?
There is a record in which my share is clearly recorded. In the Indian Runner, south of here.
Ha 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 ha. That piece of paper is now ash. Just like your daughter. Whoa! Damn! Damn! Oh shit. Shots fired. Oh fuck, shots fired. Then a gunshot rang out after someone said shots fired, and a woman's scream reverberated. Then for a bit there was a struggle, but in the end the man's voice ceased as well. I was hiding behind a pillar. You know, a random pillar. Dahlia came out of the room alone. She didn't notice me. She was holding a handgun and her clothes were soaked in blood. I tailed her without her noticing me to this hospital. This is fucking insane. This is insane. I think I got the best ending here. This is absolutely off the fucking chain. Once she found you, she pulled out her gun once more and pointed it at you. To protect you, I pulled the trigger on the gun I was carrying. Just call it my gun. Or just to protect you, I pulled the trigger. We can assume it wasn't Dahlia's gun that you pulled the trigger on. Oh my god. In the dark hospital, only Sybil's voice echoed on and on. All the people in this world had become corpses, and only outsiders remained. Is that fan art? Good fan art. Hey, Harry, look. She's pointing with her chin! She's pointing with her chin. Thank you, Arlo. That's so funny. Oh my god. No, wait. One person still remains. Cheryl. Just one. I have Cheryl somewhere safe. Says who? Well, then let's go to her. She can hardly wait to see her father. Cheryl. No, not her. There is still one other person in this world. No, there isn't. Lisa's dead. Sybil's not dead. Oh, Dahlia's still alive. Okay. Yeah, let's go. You are about to be reunited with your precious daughter, for whom you have been searching. This is why localization is very important. Oh my god. It's right out of the gates. This is so good. How about looking a little more excited? Something is incomplete. I began to walk behind Sybil, a reunion with Cheryl. I risked my life and wished for this, but in spite of that, my heart is filled with emptiness. Sybil's figure sways up and down as I follow her, and my entire body trembles with extreme exhaustion. Just where does Sybil have my daughter? I think that maybe we are walking without no destination. Without no destination. At that moment, I was then unable to see what Sybil was really up to. Uh-oh. Wow, leaving it on a cliffhanger. Thank you for clipping that, Trace Bullet. Oh my god. What? Why did it stop there? My god, it just stopped there. The Nakayama. Again, mountain. Or, multiple times mountain. Miyake. Mi meaning 3. Will! Who's Will? Well, that was weird. Huh. I don't know who that guy is. I don't know any of these names. Noisy Croak? Who's Noisy Croak? Oh, I don't know any of these guys at all. Is this canon at all, or PC port by Jarman? Okay, you can put your own name in the fucking credits, but you can't make the puzzles interactable, you goddamn asshole! What's wrong with you? Oh my god, you don't deserve this in here. You fuck. Toby, you messed up. You fucked up, buddy. You can't put your fucking name in the credits and not. The puzzles don't work, my dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I'm curious. What happens? Probably nothing. If I just say, if you're going to kill me, then do it. Sorry, your daddy doesn't understand, but if you are going to kill me, then do it. I am in agony to finally be reunited with you. With you like this. With an expressionless face, Cheryl points the barrel of the gun at me. Hand it over to him now, Cheryl. That voice woke me up. A peculiarly hoarse voice. Dahlia. I could faintly see her standing in the darkness behind Cheryl. There she is, with her eyeballs bugging out. Dahlia. Dahlia did not move. She looked down on me and began to speak.
It's terrible. The gods have passed judgment on you. Under the pretext of searching for your missing daughter, you are unable to get her back.
What are you saying? Dahlia taps Cheryl's shoulder and Cheryl holds out the handgun.
Daddy, isn't this yours?
It was trapped here. I remained seated and then I reached out and took the handgun without knowing why. My handgun? I hurriedly checked my pockets. The handgun was definitely missing. It doesn't appear that you have realized it yet. I carefully studied the gun I was holding. This is definitely the gun I received from Sybil. One round is chambered in the gun. Wait. There is one round in the gun. One round? Audible squint. This is the antique shop. Sybil heads to the altar at the end of the passage. I follow her, without making any footstep sounds. Sybil doesn't notice me. I strangle her from behind! I push her down to the floor. I press the gun I am holding to the base of her neck, and I forcefully pull the trigger. Turns out I was the demons all along. Where is this? Hospital? I leave the examination room. Yes, to get the oil heater. No, instead, I return to the room. Lisa was surprised. I grab her long blonde hair. Her scream and the gunshot occur at the same time. A terrible headache. I cannot take it and run out into the corridor. I run to a man that was surprised by the gunshot and has come out of a room. He sees what I have in my right hand. He sees the red stain on my clothes. I persistently chase him for like fucking 8 feet, maybe. This is a very short hallway. I look at his back as he runs away. He is a fool, that Kaufmann. There is a dead end ahead. You have nowhere left to run to. He sank to the floor in the corner of the hall. What a pathetic end. I placed my right leg on his shoulder. Whoa, what a badass.
It looks like you have remembered.
Dahlia's piercing voice penetrates my eardrums. It's what piercing means, it penetrates. Something snaps within me. Dahlia, I cannot speak through my tears. Cheryl clings to Dahlia and stares fixedly at me. She appears to be frightened. Silence. It's strange that my daughter would cling to a woman that she has just met. Even as I shared the same time and space with them, they felt completely like people from another dimension. Ooh. If you're going to kill, then you should do it. No one is left in this town. This town is dead. I don't know who's talking ever. The snow still continues to fall even now. On the roof and walls of the decrepit hospital. On all the houses. A merciless source of white ice falls. It's called the sky, Harry. The merciless source of white ice is the sky. I fly into the sky. Oh, oh. I look down on the town wrapped in a thick fog. It is going far away. Is this the UFO ending? I spread out my arms and climb even higher. This feels good. It's invigorating. If I close my eyes, I feel that I would rise all the way to space. Oh, fucking. I was really hoping it would transition to just the interior of a UFO and there's little grays everywhere, like patting hair on the shoulder. Cheryl has watered the dandelions that have bloomed in the garden. My body is. In my distant consciousness, my entire body trembles. I am holding a gun in my right hand, lying face down on the desk in my study. None of this ever happened. I will never move, ever again. Calm sunlight. A gentle breeze blows in from the window. Cheryl. It was all fake. Okay. Well. Oh, I can't skip this, huh? That's great that I can't skip that. Yeah, don't program that in that you can skip the fucking end credits. Well, I guess we fucked up because I was trying desperately to do the opposite of whatever happens in the game. I bet if you follow exactly what happens in the game, you'll just get the good ending and it'll be fine. But, yeah, as it stands, it was all a dream, but not in the same way that it's all a dream in the game. It's a different, it was all a dream. Yeah, let's just re-love this. This is so good. Oh my god. Watch this instead of the credits. Because it's very good. Thank you, Fat for All. It is such a good gif. The way that guy Ragdoll is so good. Yakuza is such a good game series. Ridiculous. Anyway, we're just in time for PC port by Gyromancy. Toby Normoil. Oh man. Oops. Hitting the mic. Alright, well. We're back here again. Let's play Sybil's. We got another really good fan art too, and it's Harry with his fucking foot on the shoulder of Kaufmann, being cool. Thank you, Arloa. Hello? Hello? The phone had suddenly gone dead. She tried to call back right away. However, the call would not go through. Perfect. I wonder what's going on. Her coworker, Sally? Wow, a whole new character in Silent Hill lore. Sally, tell me more. How deep is she in the cult? Saw Sybil's face flushed and could not help making a joke.
It's because you're so hostile. I bet they just don't want to talk to you anymore.
Hostile? Perhaps after all I do always say Perhaps after all I do always say what's on my mind. Saying this, Sybil smiled. The peaceful town of Brams. Why is it making this noise? The population is small, and perhaps for this reason there has not been an incident worth calling an incident for several years. As for the officers on the night shift, they generally pass the time by staring at newspaper clippings or chatting with colleagues at other departments. Even now, with nothing notable appearing in the local news, Sybil was just having a meaningless conversation about this and that with a friend in the Silent Hill Police Department. But then suddenly the line had gone dead. And they had not called back. The call won't go through.
Maybe this is happening because someone is trying to tell you to not waste all of your time chatting. How about settling down and taking your feet off the desk?
Sybil does not care for Sally's big sister-like attitude. He has an entry in the unofficial wiki. Ah! Look at this badass. This is a shot from the opening Attract movie FMV, by the way. It's not in the game, like it's not featured in the game, but it is in the game in the Attract sequence. It's really interesting how Dutch inspired the back walls look. Like it looks like a Dutch house or something. But yeah, big butch energy. Love me that Sybil. Or as Twin Perfect called her, Butch Dyke Sybil in the fucking Silent Hill movie critique video because they're so cool. God. Sybil calls the Silent Hill police station one more time. Odd, Sybil thought. It seems as if this might be the result of the telephone lines having been severed or something. That angle is not from the game, I don't think. I think they show her getting up from her chair, but they don't show her walking to the door like that. The mirror on the wall. I don't know why I find that interesting. It's because I'm a fucking dumb hyper nerd. Finds everything interesting. All new information is equally important to me because I'm an idiot. And with it in hand, she prepares to leave the room.
Wait, just where do you think you're going at this hour?
Sally has a look of, you have got to be kidding on her face, and then she absent-mindedly allows the coffee cup she was holding in her right hand to fall to the floor. The hell?
Ah, hot!
Atsui! You can take care of that yourself. Sybil mumbles this in her head. she doesn't even say it out loud. And in the next moment ran out of the room. Can you imagine that actually happening in real life? Like, somebody getting cut off and then being like, just hangs up the phone, gets up to leave. Someone's like, where are you going? Drops coffee. Ah, hot. And then the lady leaving there is like, says nothing and bolts out the door. Like, just leaves. That's so weird. Sybil straddles the motorcycle in the garage, which is a weird word to use for the situation, inserts the key and revs the engine. The sound of the exhaust resonates in the small space. Exhaust? It's the sound of the motor, not the sound of the exhaust. The smell of the exhaust can fill a place, but the sound of an exhaust doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay. She pulls out onto the road and increases her speed as she is bathed from head to toe in the uncomfortably warm wind. What? Okay, she's gonna be the warm to Harry's cold. That's why it's like a yin and yang situation. Starlight falls upon her from the clear starlit sky. Oh, that's where the starlight's coming from. The starlit sky. I knew it. I knew it. I mean, it's snowing in Silent Hill, but she's at Bram's. But what matters is that the starlight is falling from a starlit sky. It doesn't look like the weather could have caused the problem with the phone lines. Sybil tightly holds onto the handlebars and continues to increase her speed. At this hour, there should not be any other cars heading to Silent Hill. The road has been lit in front and behind only by street lamps since she reached this mountain road. I mean, that is what lights roads. It is nighttime, so I'm not surprised that the only thing lighting the road is streetlights. And there's no sign of anyone in the area. Also, if you're in like a podunk area, there's definitely not going to be streetlights on the highways. Sucks. However, there is a sign of someone on the highway. Yep. There's a cliff on one side of the road. Whether they realize it or not, the vehicle is heading toward the same destination as Sybil at high speed. Normally, I would pull this guy over. Sybil mutters this, increases her speed. How fast can she go? And catches up with the four-wheel drive Jeep in no time. As she passes it, Sybil glances inside the Jeep for a moment, quickly smiles, and then blasts in front of it.
Excuse me, she did not smile at all in the opening cutscene of Silent Hill 1, I'll have you know. The Jeep quickly becomes smaller and smaller in the side mirrors of her motorcycle. And then, she started to notice that she could not keep her eyes focused. Sleepiness? No, I've been on the night shift for a while, and should have gotten plenty of sleep this afternoon. Her body becomes one with the motorcycle, and it slices through the darkness. Maybe it was foolish to wear short sleeves. Although it was rather warm when Sybil left the station, now her skin feels so cold that it is like the cold is cutting into her. Her eyelids are heavy. Her mouth has become dry. What's wrong with me? She lightly shakes her head left and right. Against her will, her right hand turns the grip that will cause her to accelerate. The needle is buried and madly shakes back and forth. Until Sybil then stared straight forward.
Wow, Alessa pulled the same trick twice on 2 different people. That's crazy. But it was already too late. In the middle of the road, a girl stood with her arms raised to shield her from the light. Sybil slammed on the brakes. Sybil slammed on the brakes. The last thing she saw was the rapidly approaching rock wall on the side of the road. And she died immediately. The end. Ita? Ita? Ita what? What she Hita the wall? Ita. It's not the word for ouch, that's itai. Ita. Onomatopoeia for the feeling of cold! It's called burr, you motherfucker! B-R-R. It's called fucking burr! You stupid motherfucker! Oh my god. Oh, I'm screenshotting this. That's so fucking funny to me! Oh my fucking god, that's funny! Oh my fucking god, that's funny! Okay, Hita. Oh god, I'm tweeting that right now. I gotta stop everything, and I gotta tweet that. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. When localization. Is important, y'all. Now streaming the Silent Hill play novel. At twitch.tv/VoidBurger. Oh my fucking god. Hita. For God's sake, it's called burr. Hita. Onomatopoeia for the feeling of cold. Oh my god. Okay. Let's move on. Let's try to move on from the funniest thing I've read in my fucking life. Hita. Onomatopoeia for the feeling of cold. Can't possibly imagine if there's another similar onomatopoeia in the English language. If there is, I don't know it. Something cold is touching Sybil's cheek. I don't know what it could be. Sybil slowly opens her eyes. Where am I? She is not yet able to stand up. She does not seem to be hurt. However, her body will not do as she commands. Nevertheless, she is fully conscious. Thank you for clipping that. Large snowflakes are falling all over her body. She is lying face down in the middle of a wide street. I wonder just how long I have been like this. After waiting for the nerves throughout her body to return her to normal, Sybil lumbered to her feet. Her body was sluggish, like when she wakes up, and she was unable to think straight. God damn, this is terribly written. Oh my god. There she goes. There she goes. Silent Hill. That is what is written on the sign on the sidewalk. Why would the sidewalk have a sign about the town's name? I've never been to a town that has a sign on the sidewalk that just says, like, New York or something on it. In addition to the out-of-season snow, the area is enveloped in a thick fog, which generally makes her destination look differently than it normally would. The motorcycle that she came here on was also nowhere to be found. With nothing else to do, she decided to rest in the cafe facing the street. The inside of the cafe is dead silent.
She does not see any customers or employees. This destroys her hopes of getting something warm to drink, so she lets out a sigh. Go around the counter and just make yourself a hot cocoa. No one cares. If it's abandoned, whatever. First, I must get in contact with the other officers back in Bram's. Sybil picks up the receiver from the phone on the counter of the corner of the counter, but not a single sound can be heard from the speaker. It seems like somehow the heavy snowfall, which could be called abnormal weather, has damaged the communication system. There is no doubt that this is the reason why the call got cut off at the Bram station. Sybil looks around the inside of the cafe. Ah, she gasps out thinking about it. You can see a man lying down like a plank of wood on one of the long bench seats lined up along the windows. A customer? No, this place isn't open. She moves near him and looks down at his sleeping face. His face is twisting in agony as if he's having...
That's bullshit, Mom.
All according to here.
Thank you, Fat for All. Oh, it's one of my favorite... my favorite notifications because it's so rare. From Harvester. Thank you. His face is twisting in agony as if he's having a frightening dream. It's called a nightmare. Sybil hesitates. That's bullshit, Hita. Okay, should we? Okay. Since we did Harry Mason's all fucked up, should we do Sybil's perfectly, as far as I know? Perfectly as far as I know. That is the question. What do you guys think in the chat? I'm gonna go get another drink, and I'll be right back. Please fill the chat with you know, opinions about that. Mostly people want to see it fucked up. Yeah, the further off course we go, the less they copy from the main game. That is pretty much true. Oops. I'm hitting the microphone because the leg of my chair is in a weird position. I'm sorry there. Our beer is all of Shatmem Sybil. Oh, someone made a straw poll. Choose an answer. You can see I've been studying. I got Genki. I got Wanikani up here. Tried to move the window. I can't vote. You should have included an I don't care vote so that I could vote. I can't see the results for Duxist. Well, since there's a poll going on, I'll use the bathroom too. So just chill out for a minute. Vote on that poll. I am curious. You gotta tell me how to drive this character because I know all the correct ones as long as it goes along the route that I Silent Hill to the polls. As long as it goes along the route that I'm familiar with from Silent Hill 1, I know exactly what she's supposed to do and when. But she doesn't show up a lot in Silent Hill 1, so it depends. Tell me how much I should fuck up, but be right back in like a minute. Wonder if Bob knows anything about Harvester. That's bullshit, Mom. That bullshit Mom reminded me that I bet Bob doesn't know anything about Harvester, which I think is a really funny thing. 3 votes, yeah. 5 votes, nah. Okay, I'm thinking that just means fuck up. Let's fuck up a whole bunch. Ready to fuck up, everybody? Because here we go. 3, 2, 1, fuck up! We're gonna wake him up manually, because in the game, she doesn't wake him up. He wakes up on his own. So we're gonna wake this motherfucker up. Sybil approaches the man and holds her arms out in a way that suggests she is going to shake his shoulders, but then the game's plot says, no, no, no. He's gonna wake up on his own volition, bitch. There he goes. Wakey wakey, eggs and bakey. At that moment, the man woke up with a look of surprise on his face. He shook his body in a way to brush Sybil's hands away and then stared at her. Well, she made a cool pose. Human? Are you human? Sybil makes an effort to compose herself and look incredibly human, and then sits down on a nearby chair. Of course I am. Were you having a bad dream or something?
The man finally regains his composure as well, and then he adjusts his position on the bench seat. Sorry. I was attacked by mysterious monsters before I came here. Mysterious monsters.
Mysterious monsters?
Yeah. It may have just been a dream. I think that it was real. It was all vague and unclear. Who are you?
I'm Sybil. Sybil Bennett. I am a police officer in the neighboring town of Brams. All communication with this town suddenly went dead, so I came here to investigate.
Harry's expression changed slightly to one of relief. I should have said so sooner, but I'm Harry Mason. I am a writer. I had decided to come here for my first vacation in a while. Harry shrugged his shoulders and looked at Sybil with a serious look on his face. He looked with a serious look on his face. But when I arrived here, I got separated from my daughter. She is a little girl, 7 years old with black hair. Her name is Cheryl. You haven't seen her, have you?
Sorry, but I haven't.
I see. Just where did she go? She is not the type to just act on her own. When I came to, I was lying in the street in front of the cafe. As for how I got here, I don't know if Sybil's saying that or not. It doesn't really go back and forth great. That sounds a lot like what happened to me. Well, anyway. Harry stands up and glances at the out of season snow. At the out of season snow that continues to fall. I thought I was going to say at the out of the side of the cafe. I've got to look for Cheryl. There is no way I can just leave her here alone.
I see. Well, I'll give you this then.
A big fuck off gun! That's still the funniest thing. That's like absolutely, it's canon that this cop just gives this random fucking civilian a gun. It's great. I love it.
You never know what might happen under these circumstances.
If you feel threatened, then pull the trigger without hesitating. She gives Harry a handgun loaded with live ammunition. But will you be all right? Harry asks worriedly.
I'm not like the average girl around here. I have undergone the proper training.
Sybil placed her hand on the exit door, but then she turned and faced Harry again.
Harry,
don't go shooting me by mistake or anything. Is this the part where she says that she doesn't have training to block bullets or something? I haven't had any training on how to stop bullets. That's from the last run. Water. Stupid. He smiled after saying this, as if it's a joke, opened the door of the cafe, and then headed out into the thick fog. Sybil looks back and sees that the cafe has disappeared into the fog, and goes, "Ah, shit, why'd I give that guy my gun? I'm such a dumb bitch. Why'd I do that?" Having lost her motorcycle, Sybil can only wander about on foot and alone in the eerie town.
It's too quiet. There is no sense of anyone at all. I would like to hail a taxi or something, but there is not a single car running.
At some point, Sybil had begun to run. At some point. Wasn't paying attention. It happened at some point. Above all, she must get out of Silent Hill. However, after running for a bit, Sybil's hopes were crushed. All the roads leading out of town were cut off, and it was as if the eerie town was floating in the air. There was no way for anyone to enter the town. Sybil sighs deeply. She then decides to try going back the way she came. After running for a bit, she comes to another steep valley like before. It is wide and impedes her passage, and then she became sure that it was not possible to escape from this place. Sybil felt like a bird in a cage as she walked apathetically and aimlessly through the falling snow. It was not long before a black wriggling object appeared in her field of vision. A puppy? A boopy snooty? A boppy boopy? From off in the fog, the four-legged thing moved at a slow pace as it gradually closed the distance between it and her.
And then, as soon as it detected Sybil, it began to ferociously run toward her, scattering the fog as it moved. There were no dogs in Harry's run of this game, I noticed. Because I believe there are dogs. Yeah, there's dogs in Silent Hill 1. Silent Hill 2 is the only game without dogs, really. Oh, it's an art. Oh my god, that's a great reference. This is in retrospect toward the other ending of the game. You expected Cheryl, but it was me, Dahlia. Oh my god. Wagwort! Ah! That's so fucking funny. Oh my god, looks just like her. Amazing, thank you so much. Blessed with fan art. The monster. Wait, I decide what the monster does? That doesn't make sense. What the fuck? What? I can't decide that for him. That doesn't make sense. What the fuck? Well, I mean, I'm hoping it runs away because... why am I the DM of this game? I'm hoping it runs away because I don't have a gun. What am I gonna do? Punch this dog in the face? It's not gonna work out. Well, I'm gonna save because, damn. I mean, if we're going the wrong way, it attacks me. What in the fuck? This is like a big chicken nugget. What? Big chicken tender. Kya! Is the dog saying that? Kya! Sybil just manages to duck in time, and the fierce monster passes over her head. It continues forward just a little bit and then turns around. It is clear that it is coming after Sybil. Sybil places her hand on her belt to draw her handgun, but alas, you gave your gun to some random guy you met. She utters, "Oh!" She had just given her handgun to Harry not long ago. She went pale. Sybil forcefully stands up and begins to run with all her strength. The sound of the monster's footsteps and its panting close in on her as it persistently chases her from behind. It should be paw steps. Paw pad boopy snooty blips. She stops on the pavement as she moves forward. In the corner of her eye, Sybil sees buildings appear out of and disappear into the fog. And at some point she ends up losing her bearings and becomes unsure of her location. She then notices that she no longer senses the presence of the monster. Okay, that went fine. She stops and leans against an antique lamppost and presses on her chest. I've never leaned against a lamppost and thought, this is an antique, isn't it? She waits as the time between her and continuous white breaths gradually increases and then begins walking again. She waits as the time between her continuous breaths gradually increases. Okay, so she's waiting until her breathing calms down before she walks again. That is the weirdest way to phrase that. Oh my god, that really tripped me up. Sybil is overcome with hopelessness. Because that's not... She would calm herself down. We're going with, like, extreme fuck-up route. Being unable to escape from Silent Hill, Sybil then worried about what she should do next. Since all the people have vanished, she cannot even talk to anyone about what is happening here. Not all the people you just met, Harry! I should look for the police station. Even if the person I was talking to on the phone with earlier isn't there, I might be able to get some other information there. She has visited this town many times. Following the thread of her memory, she begins to walk along the complicated intersecting streets. There it is. I hope they mention the boiler memo. That would be fucking classic. Just how long have I been walking? As she saw the word police appear from out of the fog, her entire body was completely exhausted. She opens the glass door at the entrance and heads inside. As she does this, she sees that no one is here, which is just as she expected. The lack of any sound is painful to her ears. After she walked around the reception area a bit, she moved toward a room that door had been left open. They moved toward a room that door had been left open for. After she walked around the reception area for a bit, she moved toward a room that door had been left open for. The plate beside the door says, meeting room.
Compared to the same room at the Bram station, this one is quite small. She looked around the room. Clunk! Clunk. At the same time Sybil entered the room, one of the disorderly arranged folding chairs moved quite a bit. She readied herself. Who's there? Oh! What are you doing here, Harry? I just saw you. How'd you get here? A man jumped up right away and pointed a black handgun at Sybil. Give my gun back. That man. Fuck up. Fuck up. The bullet grazes Sybil's temple and impacts on the wall of the meeting room. Shocked, Sybil sank to the floor. Sybil! All the color has drained out of the face of the man that is standing in front of the still unable to speak Sybil. It was unmistakable. It was Harry. I know that haircut anywhere. Why does Sybil have control of the other people's choices? I don't know. Sorry, are you alright? I was shocked. If you had been just a little more over, then you would have hit me. Harry sighs deeply. I've done an unforgivable thing. I have encountered monsters up till now. I ran in here to get away. I was sure that the monsters had come in. Sybil thought. Please don't mistake me for a monster. At any rate, I wondered if maybe someone might be here, so I came in to check it out. I have no idea who's talking anymore. As you can see, things are like this. The inside of the station was ominously silent. Even if the other officers were here, since there are monsters running loose outside, there was no reason for the two of them to just relax and warm up in the station. Let's look somewhere else. There should be a church just over the river. Maybe she's in custody there. Okay. After muttering this, Harry holds the gun out to Sybil as if he has realized something, which is that he should not be in possession of a gun. I have this absurdly long pipe just in case. Oh my god, it's like a fucking 8 feet long pipe. Look at that big pipe. Had this spare pipe just in case. I will give this back to you. I have had a few opportunities to use it, but this seems more suited to me. Harry says this and readies a long steel pipe that he picked up from somewhere. I see, but you would be better off just getting used to using it. Harry has a sorrowful look on his face. Sybil gives him a contemptuous glance, and then a smile appears on her face. Then she runs out of the station. Fucking bye, I guess. Jesus. Oh, okay, he's coming with. On the way to the church, Harry tells Sybil about the events that occurred in the cafe while running out of breath. Indeed, something is wrong here. Thank you for labeling that fucking Sybil is saying this. Just label who's saying what. God, that's all you need to do. Oh, I missed a fan art? Ah! What'd I do? Where is it? Reduxus? Yeah. She's thinking of that heater while getting murdered in the background. Typical Lisa stuff. Thank you, Reduxus. That's so funny. Oh, it's cute. Oh my god. Love it. Indeed, something is wrong here. I was glad to have received the handgun from you. Cheryl doesn't have any weapons, and she's just a little girl. She cannot possibly hold a gun. Dun dun dun. Hoping that Cheryl would be at the church, Sybil carefully ran over the slippery asphalt. And then they slipped and fell and hit their head and died. They opened the heavy door of the church. The space inside was wrapped in warm calmness. It projects a very solemn feeling. No churchgoers are present on any of the long benches which have been arranged facing the cross in front. Perhaps no one is here. Thinking this, the two of them move further in. Eventually, they noticed a woman planted on a simple chair above the altar. Perhaps no one is here, they say, ignoring someone in a centrally located place. You are too late. The woman mutters this and stands. You are too late. The girl that you are looking for just left here. The color of Harry's face changes. Cheryl? Was it Cheryl? She is a 7-year-old girl with black hair. The woman at the altar puts one hand up to silence Harry.
Even without saying this, you would understand. But I will tell you this much. The two of you will never see that girl again. My predictions are often correct. 30% of the time it works 100% of the time. That girl knows what you are planning, yes. She will head toward her goal without being found by you.
She is just a young girl. She came to this town and then went missing. If she did come here, then why did you let her go alone? Sybil screamed at the woman. Oh, apparently that was Sybil talking. It would be great if you put the word Sybil up here when she talks.
Oh dear, such words.
That sums up what the localizer and the translator was thinking at this point. Oh dear, such words.
I have no obligation or reason to protect that child. And also...
She stops speaking and then comes down from the altar.
She was not alone. My daughter is with her.
Sybil frowned. Your daughter?
If those girls happen to be separated, then it would certainly be a pity. What is more, my daughter would most surely not remain silent.
What? What are these words? Ah, such words. Harry began to speak as if the floodgates had just been opened. What are you getting at? I am Cheryl's guardian. Not dad, not father. I'm Cheryl's guardian. I have a responsibility to protect her. Tell me where she is going. That's the floodgates? 4 lines?
The hospital, but it is useless to follow after them. If you do not want to die, then you must leave this place. I am Dahlia Gillespie. If you do not wish to increase the number of corpses, then do not disturb those girls, yes?
Before Dahlia finished speaking, Harry ran out of the church. Harry, wait! Sybil prepares to chase after him and looks back at Dahlia. Sybil... ... A. Punches Dahlia in the face. B. Kicks her in the butt. Dahlia was there trying to suppress a laugh. All Sybil saw was Dahlia's unsightly backside. Her ass just happened. Dahlia's ass. I'm cradling my head in my hands. Alessa's talking. What? Wait. What? Oh, Alessa's talking. Alessa doesn't talk. When does Alessa talk? Alessa, I don't know if she's ever talked. I'm trying to think. Has Alessa talked? I don't really, oh no, man. She probably talked like once when she was pre-Cheryl Alessa. And arguing with Dahlia. Ugh, she's never, adult Alessa, astral projection Alessa has never talked. I don't even know what she sounds like. I can't even imitate her. In order to resurrect myself, I will need your body. Please understand this.
I understand.
I like that Cheryl and Alessa are actually having like a powwow about this fucking bullshit soul-splitting ritual stuff.
Oh, okay, I understand. You can have my body. I don't care. That is why I came here. I came to see you.
To think of these 7 years. I never once was able to get out of bed and couldn't even move.
I'm just gonna do my Heather impression here. However, everything is going according to plan, and I was able to reunited with you.
But they will come after us. What should we do?
Let me take care of everything.
What are you doing over there, Harry? Kissing a card? Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. I love this card. Mwah. Once Sybil caught up to Harry, he was having a difficult time breathing. There's a lot of breathing in this route. Ah, ha, you all right? That woman, Dahlia or something. Harry placed one hand on his chest, stopped in the street, and placed his other hand on the car. I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling that that wasn't the first time I met that woman. Long ago, I think I met her somewhere. What the fuck are you talking about? Harry says this and begins coughing.
Harry, you don't look so good.
Sybil, the air seems to have gotten thin here or something. I just have to deal with it.
Harry.
Why am I telling Harry how to act? That doesn't make fucking sense. He's coughing. Cough, cough, he says. He's saying the word cough. Thanks for subbing, Frontline Caster. Oh my god. Cough, cough. Harry began to cough violently again.
Are you all right? You look like you are in pain.
Blood flows out from the spaces between the fingers of the hand that Harry placed over his mouth. He's got the consumption.
Harry!
Harry wiped his hand on his pants without surprise. It's nothing to worry about. Please don't look at me like that.
But your pants are stained black with blood.
That's how blood acts. Sybil stared at Harry's face. He looked lonely, even more worn down than when they first met at the cafe. Since coming here, my physical condition has been deteriorating. Once I realized this, I even found scratches all over my body. It's because all I am thinking of is Cheryl. That is why I am not feeling the pain. Saying that, Harry pulled up one of his pant legs. Around his calf there was a long, dark, red scar. It was a painful-looking wound, one that would be impossible to ignore.
Harry!
Bye. Well, it's all right. A town in which snow is falling, the name Dahlia, and her daughter is with my daughter. The fact that they are together. He lifts his head and looks at Sybil. Something. There's something that I think I know, but it's on the tip of my tongue, but I cannot remember it. Sybil softly places her hand on Harry's shoulder.
You're tired, Harry. Let's rest for a bit.
Harry brushes Sybil's hand away and then begins walking while pressing one hand to his chest.
Harry.
Sybil once again follows behind Harry's frozen back. He's frozen back. Yeah, give him a health drink, damn. Unable to make out the letters on an old signboard, Sybil tries squinting. Alchemilla Hospital is written in faded print.
In this building, Cheryl and Dahlia's daughter are in here?
The hospital looks like ruins, and an eeriness is present that makes one hesitate to even step inside. Sybil just happens to notice an object that looks like a pedestal next to the door. On top of it, plates of 4 different colors have been placed. Oh no, it's going to auto-play a puzzle for us. Reminder that the guy who fixed this so it plays on PC fucked up and did not know how to make the puzzles interactable. So let's watch Sybil figure out this puzzle. She reads the message inscribed on the pedestal aloud. The chosen ones must be moved to the chosen places. Oh no, is it a Tower of Hanoi puzzle? Once the task is complete, the guidepost leading to chaos shall appear. Oh no, it's not, but here it goes. Oh, that's an easy puzzle though. Look at this. Oh, that's a really easy puzzle. That's not even a puzzle though. Boop! Harry opened the door. Inside the hospital, it is dark, and it seems that if one does not walk carefully, they would stumble. Pictures hanging on the walls, withered plants on the receptionist's desk, and other furnishings can be faintly seen.
Is your daughter really in this place?
I don't know, but all we can do is trust that woman from before. We don't have any other clues. Harry spoke, not expecting a reply. He slowly turned the knob of a nearby door. It appears to be locked. He lets out a long sigh.
Wait, Harry. Let's split up and search. I will start from the top floor and search heading down. You start from the bottom. Then we will meet up in the middle. That way we won't lose each other. Harry looked woeful. Sorry, I wish there was something I could do to thank you. Once we find your daughter, then you can take me out to dinner or something. Oh my god, what? What? Sybil smiled brightly. Sybil immediately began to run toward the wall at the end of the corridor. Bye, bitch. Once she arrived on the third floor, which should be the top floor of the building, she caught her breath and then began to search for the girl. It should be the top floor, but really, there's a fourth floor. Sybil begins to walk along the concrete wall that is dimly lit by the outside light. Several doors are on the left and right of the passage. Each door has a 3-digit number plate on it, and without even looking inside, she can tell that they are hospital rooms. Cheryl, if you're there, come out. Your daddy is looking for you. Sybil's voice just reverberates and then fades into the air. She places her hand on the knob of one of the doors and turns it. It appears to be locked. Maybe Cheryl is in one of the rooms and locked it from the inside. But if Sybil's voice cannot reach her, just how should I search for Cheryl? That's it. Sybil thinks of something. I don't know what. I use the key. If I use the hospital intercom. She has a key? Since when does she have a key? Yeah, I would use the intercom. I feel like that despite being a good or bad move, I think that's just a more interesting move. You know? I'm gonna go with use the hospital intercom. I'm gonna save. But I'm making all these save files, but honestly. Use the key on the intercom. The hospital intercom. Most hospitals have a speaker installed in each room. A hospital of this size should definitely have such a thing installed. I'll head back to the reception area on the first floor and then look for the room with the intercom equipment. And totally go against the plan that I set in place with Harry. If something happens down there, then I can get help from Harry. To realize this after coming up to the third floor, Sybil races back down the stairs that she just ran up in order to return to the first floor. Oh, so much needless cardio, girl. On her way down the stairs, Sybil heard footsteps as she was passing the second floor. Harry? I only pronounce Harry as Harry when I'm reading it via other characters because that's how they pronounce it. I don't pronounce the name Harry like Harry. The second floor is the same as the third. There is a central corridor with doors lined up on both walls. Harry? Is that you, Harry? There is a large window at the end of the hall. White light from the foggy outside is reflecting off the floor. Without realizing it, Sybil squinted. Do you have to realize you're squinting? But someone is standing in front of the window. Oh no, now she's gonna get shot by Cheryl. Oh no, what a twist. From the shape of the outline of the human visible in the darkness, Sybil can tell that it is not Harry. It looks like a girl. Sybil just stared at the figure and was unable to move for a bit. Just like a frog being stared down by a snake, all her movements were sealed. They were sealed. Also, because I was so ready to say the word fog instead of frog. Her movements were sealed. Cheryl? Who knows how long it was before she said that? The girl did not answer and began moving towards Sybil as if she was gliding. Slowly, she continued moving towards Sybil. Eventually, the girl twisted her body and jerked her right hand. She made her hand into a fist, created a large bullet of light, and then looked at Sybil. What? Watch out, Sybil! Get down! It is Harry's voice. At the moment Sybil drops down, the bullet of light slices through the air and impacts into something behind her. Oh my fucking god, she's like shooting a psychic Kamehameha. Ah!
Well, that takes care of one of them. Harry died! Alessa killed Harry! What the fuck? Oh my god! The girl vanishes. Sybil turns and sees Harry laying face down, holding his hand to his chest. Harry! He is struggling as hard as he can to reach his hand out to Sybil. Yeah, this is what Tom Hewlett edited out of Homecoming. That bastard doesn't know what Silent Hill is. Meanwhile, Alessa's shooting Kamehamehas at Harry and this motherfucker. He is struggling as hard as he can to reach his hand out to Sybil. Sybil rushes over to him and sits him up. Harry, I thought that something was wrong. By the time I realized, too late. Harry, don't talk. Harry's body becomes heavy. Sybil, I'm done for. Please, won't you help Cheryl? That girl from before, that wasn't Cheryl, was it? That was. Harry, hold on. Harry. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Harry. Why am I choosing his fate? Oh my god. Why is Sybil so powerful? Oh my god. I'm crying. This is so funny. Gosh, what do I do? I need a D3. Does that exist? Because I need it. I don't think there's a D3. Oh. I'm just basking in this. D6 divided by 2. Well, D3 is simply a triangle. Okay, roll the dice. Okay, 1d3. All right, let's roll it. It says 2. Talks about the girl. Okay, I rolled it. He's talking about the girl. That girl was not Cheryl. Harry then begins coughing. And at the same time, vermilion liquid spatters about. Vermilion. Wow. Crimson would be a better vermilion. What? Hold on, I'm tempted to look up the fucking color vermilion. It's such a rare word, vermilion color. I mean, wow, if his shit is vermilion, it is gonna be extremely fucking red. Look how red. Look how orange that is. Orange blood, he coughs up. It's not a blood color, really. It's like a blood orange color. Harry, don't talk anymore. Harry is crying. Zot. 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 That was Zot. 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 Not Cheryl at all. His words seem to have something like a desire embedded somewhere within them. Something, I don't know. His words seem to have something like a desire embedded somewhere within them. Something. Harry? Harry! Harry did not speak or respond again. He dies anyway. Sybil, who had been unable to accept the incomprehensible offense that had occurred around her up to this point, was unable to believe that the man in front of her was dead. The wind seemed to be blowing outside. Sybil stared at her hands, which had become covered in blood. Instead of trying to wipe them off, she firmly grasped her handgun. Something like a kind of resolution of arose in Sybil's stern look. Something like a resolution? Something like a kind of resolution. It's not even something like resolution, or it's not a kind of resolution. It's something like a kind of resolution that arose. Wow.
Cheryl. I must find her and then take her home.
Harry's fucking dead.
Just who was that girl? Cheryl, or was it that woman's daughter? Concerning the incidents that have occurred in this town, no, they cannot be called incidents, but instead concerning this enigmatic situation. I have not found one piece of conclusive evidence and that irritates me. And there is uneasiness about the loss of my only partner. She must be frightened somewhere, Cheryl. That eerie figure of the girl. Several feelings of discontent run throughout Sybil's mind. That Dahlia must know something. However, the destination that she indicated is this place. Rather than returning to the church, it would be best to search here.
Sybil had returned to the first floor to get the key to the hospital rooms, but then she noticed a door that had been left open. It's the director's office. Creak, creak! Here's some megalophagus. The door sways on its hinges as the result of wind blowing from somewhere. This draws Sybil's attention as she moves toward the door. The door was unmistakably locked and not open just before. Beforehand, this door was unmistakably locked. That's how you write that sentence. Sybil looks in the doorway and at the same time gasps. Ah! There is a staircase leading to the basement. Whoa, I'm controlling space! I am controlling not only fates, but the layout of interiors at this point. Oh my god. I'm thinking it's blinding light, actually. I'm thinking it's light. Oh, the end of the game. This is like the FMV cutscene for when you beat the Good Plus version of Silent Hill 1. It changes the attract mode cutscene to have Sybil and Harry finding the baby and not Harry and his wife, his dead wife. The blinding light falls all over Sybil's body. That's the second thing that's fallen all over Sybil's body aside from snow. Sybil lost her ability to see instantly and had no idea whether her eyes were opened or closed. Okay, as Sybil's sight finally began to return to her, she felt the wind on her skin. From these two senses, she could tell that she was now outside. She doesn't sense any people, the chirping of birds, a nostalgic scent. In front of her, an area of flower beds spreads out. It is a scene that she has seen somewhere before. Sybil begins to walk. And then at some point, she began to run. She passes through the trees, and once she climbed a small hill. That's the hill in Silent Hill. We found it, guys! Woo! We found the hill in Silent Hill, everybody. Sorry, it might be me just like moving my cords around. Got a good fan art from Arloa. Look at that. I did need a D3. It judged my fate well, I think. Thank you, it's so cute. Her field of vision once again expanded. There is a cemetery. Sybil finally remembers. This is the place where her grandparents are resting. When she was young, her parents often brought her here. What the hell? Next to her grandparents' graves, many people in black have gathered. The sobbing of the people dressed in mourning clothes can be heard. Everyone is familiar. Her mother and father, her 3-year younger sister. Oh my god, Sybil has a sister? News to me. Damn. What's wrong? Did something happen? None of them answer. The police chief of Brams. I mean, I might be like tapping my leg by accident and like moving some cord. Let me unplug another thing that might be connected to something by accident. The police chief of Brams, fellow officers, and Sally. Hey, Sally? Who passed away? None of them answer. I'm dead! The sacred ceremony is proceeding without delay. A magnificent casket. A magnificent casket is brought out by several men and that it is gently lowered into a hole that was prepared in advance. They're not digging a hole right here and now. That'd be silly. Sally is whispering to Sybil's mother in a low voice. I thought it said mother-in-law.
I told her just think about what might happen. I recommended that she use a car for transportation. When pulling over violators, many accidents have happened.
Violators? Suspects? Violators? What the fuck kind of... Oh my god! When pulling over violators... Oh my god, fucking violators.
I just cannot believe that this could have happened to her.
Sally says this and then falls silent.
What? What are you saying? I am right here. Notice me.
Sybil tries as hard as she can to try to make someone notice her, but no matter what she does, no one does. No matter what she does, no one does.
Her name has been engraved on the tombstone. Am I dead? Am I dead? Someone tell me.
Between the people dressed in black, there was a girl wearing a white one-piece dress standing on the dark green grass, only half visible. She's just a figure and only half her face can be seen, just like in this screenshot, but it is a familiar one. Everything becomes bathed in white. The girl's face sways as if it were floating in the air, and then the girl softly calls Sybil's name. Before long, nothing else appeared in Sybil's eyes. And... Yep. Which Harry is this? Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Uh-oh. Oh no, I broke it. Now I'm curious. What happens if the credits end and this is still here? So let's wait out the credits a little bit. Let's see what happens. 'Cause I'm curious. There goes Will, the director. All goes to right. Stops moving, talks about the girl, opens his eyes wide. Yeah. Stops moving, we'll stop the credits from moving. Oh boy. No, they didn't, Wild Night Blazer. You're lying. That's a lie. Did they really? That'd be hilarious. Don't lie. No, really? No. Noisy Croaking Hideki Sakimoto did the Smash Ultimate. Okay, we're back here. Harry calls forth the last of his strength and opens his eyes wide. Sybil, look out! The dim corridor is lit with blindingly bright light, and Sybil's shadow extends forward. Oh my god. Why do you have a strobe light, girl? Pivot to pachinko! Ooh, low blow. Sybil turns and notices the girl has another bullet of light in her hands. Dude, it has never been established that Alessa can shoot fucking psychic bullets at people. Oh my god. Also, here's another art. Wegwart, wheeze. It's so cold. If only there was an onomatopoeia for the feeling of cold. She's shooting fucking psychic bullets. Ah! Him and his 12-foot tall pipe. Oh my god. Wegwart, it's got it all. It's got it all. Baby, it's got everything.
Stop it. Cheryl. No more.
Summoning the last of his strength. Oh, I guess that was fucking Harry talking. I don't know. Harry crawls toward the girl, and when he sees her face in the light, a mysterious look appears on his face. And when he has remembered something and realized, as if he's remembered something and realized something, why are you? The girl swings her arm down, and at the same time, Harry screams echo. Ah! The area flashes with light. Harry is gone, and the floor tile where he was has been burned black! Ah! Oh no! Oh my god, she just fucking incinerated him on the spot! Oh my god! Oh my god! She turned him to fucking dust! Fucking Alyssa, that's brutal! Now only Sybil and the girl in the corridor. Sybil gasps. She flees with all her might. Get the fuck out of there, girl! Oh my god. Get out! I have to run. That is not a human. It is not something that I stand a chance against, she said out loud. Sybil summons all the strength she can muster and begins to run down the hall. The stairs. Were the stairs really far away? No matter how much she runs, she gets the feeling that she's not moving forward. Is the floor moving? And is this because of that girl's power? Light flashes from behind Sybil. It hits the wall and cracks it. The tiles have come off. A scene that she has not seen before approaches right in front of her eyes, from black to white. However, it is not a sacred flame, but the fires that light hell. Her clothes, hair, and skin are enveloped in a great light. She cannot look back. If she looks back, she will die. However, she is at her limit. Sorry, Harry. Sorry. Oh. What's this noise? Is Sybil's engine running? Is Cheryl's engine running? When she came to, Sybil was sleeping on a small bench in the cafe. Cheryl is standing next to her, gazing out the window at the steadily falling snow. A bike is waiting outside the cafe for Sybil. Its engine is running. There it is. Bye. Cheryl smiles brightly at Sybil, opens the door of the cafe, and disappears into the fog. Sybil runs out after her. Alright. Stops moving. Uh-oh. It's... Stops moving. Oh no! You can't do it! Aw, man, well, I'm gonna refill my drink while the credits are going for the 8th time here. BRB in 20 seconds. Oh, this game is a wild ride. This is a wild ride, everybody. I miss Harry's just attunement to the cold. His obsession with the cold. Something that Sybil does not also possess. You should have taken a little bit longer on the PC port, Gyromancy. Were people like anticipating this? Did he rush it or something? Because really, you should have just waited a little while longer, in my opinion. Alright, there it goes. Harry did not speak or respond again. Sybil, who had been unable to get the we did that one. Was unable to believe that the man in front of her was dead. The wind was blowing, my hand had blood on it, something like a kind of resolution. This is like the same exact thing as when he talked a little bit about her. Just who was the girl? That Dahlia might know something. However, the destination she indicated is this place. Okay, the door does not go to brightness. It goes to stairs. Ah, okay. There's a staircase leading to the basement. Not the end of the game. It's a staircase. There is not a room there. Just inside the doorway, there was a staircase leading to the basement. It is not lit, so from her position, Sybil cannot judge how far down it goes. Upon first glance, Sybil senses that this door was not opened by Harry. From the inside, someone came up the stairs. And then she became sure of this. There was a large bloodstain on the knob on the inside of the door. Good detective works, Miss Officer Bennett.
Sybil descends the long staircase while keeping one hand on the wall. For what reason did someone make this? This staircase leading to the bowels of the earth, extending down from the first floor of what seemed like a normal hospital. She is paying very close attention to make sure she does not lose her step. She gets the feeling that she has been descending for quite a long time. Suddenly the staircase ends and a flat ground is then under her feet. Sybil almost tripped without realizing it. Oh! It is hot. I remember that one. That one's dead to me. At least it's not cold, right, guys? I mean, our previous save was it is cold, and now it is hot. So I feel like we've made a lot of progress so far, everybody. Now it's hot. Duality of Silent Hill. Cold and hot. Icy and hot. Somewhere, something is burning. To her front. To her front. What a weird way to phrase that. In front of her, not to her front. It's to the left, to her left, and to her right. Or, I guess to her rear, but not, like, to her front. Sounds weird to me, right? Isn't it weird? Far off, it's the boiler theory. Oh no! Far off in front of her, a small red light can be seen. The red light is swaying. It wriggles like a hand waving someone to come forth. After the chilly lobby, the heat is unimaginable. The extraordinary heat feels almost as if magma from within the earth has arisen. And because of it, Sybil has to bend down as she walks from time to time. That room is not far now. Sybil's sleeves have caught fire! What? Oh my fucking god, she's on fire! Her sleeves are on fire. Her fucking sleeves have caught fire. Her sleeves have caught fire. She has very tiny sleeves. They're very small. Hence, they're easy to catch on fire. The fire is gradually spreading around her footing and Sybil's entire body is engulfed in flames. Oh, did I miss art? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I keep missing your art, Reduxus. Oh my god, that's really funny. Zwat? Wow. He cometh with the prophecy of Zot. That's so good. Oh my god, Reduxus. That's so funny. I'm so sorry, I keep mixing it. My bad. I'm just so enveloped in this absurdity. Oh my god, this is so absurd. This is like the microwave tunnel scene in fucking MGS 4. MGS 4. She may or may not have realized this. Sybil continues forward. She may not have realized she was on fire. Oh my god, what is happening? As she entered the room, she noticed two people, Dahlia and a girl dressed in blue. The two of them were facing each other amongst the blazing flames, staring at each other's expressions. When the two of them noticed Sybil's presence, they turned to face her. Dahlia looks surprised and the girl looks calm. Their expressions are in great contrast to each other. Not a single word was spoken. Sybil approaches the two, reads something in the eyes of the girl, pulls her gun from a pocket. What? Sybil has her gun in a pocket? And then places the muzzle against Dahlia's forehead. Oh wait, okay. Alessa has a gun in her pocket, but she's wearing a dress, which never have pockets, just saying. A dress like that would not have a pocket for a gun. Just being real. Don't the end me here. When she came to, Sybil sleeping on the small bench. Oh no! Bye. Bye. Oh my god. No! Terrible. I use this game. Oh my god. The endings for Sybil are not as good as the endings for Harry, because the endings for Harry were some supreme soap opera twisty bullshit.
that were so, it was so funny. Oh, Arlo has an art. Oh my gosh. Her sleeves are on fire! No! Oh my god, that's so funny. It's a great looking fire, Arlora. Oh my god. Like, it is so much more funny that, like, Cheryl has a gun and shoots Harry in the fucking head than, like, Sybil sees some weird shit and then just, like, is dead or walks out of town. Like, that's boring compared to, like, my daughter is here and she has a gun and she's shooting me and then she shoots lasers at me, too. Damn. Oh my god. Oh, this is so funny. I feel like Harry's whole like thing is so much longer than Sybil's is. I wonder if there's a long way to do Sybil's. I'm tempted to start from the start of Sybil's, honestly. Okay, I'm getting the key. She's going back downstairs to get the key. Let's see if she just runs into Cheryl anyway and gets shot in the damn face. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think she's gonna get shot in the face anyway. I think we already did too many bad things at this point. It might be me, like, bouncing my leg or hitting the enter key. A whole bunch. Are you hearing this? Well, that takes care of one of them. Yep. Oh, that's Harry. Alright. Yeah, that's me hitting the enter button. I'm sorry. Okay. Back to title screen? Okay. Because I think we just hit a big dead end here. Sorry, it's me slamming the enter key to continue. Do you hear this? Because this is me bouncing my leg. And I stopped for a second there. Okay, you can't hear that. That's good. My anxiety's fine, at least. I can do that all I want. No leg, only enter key. I thought I was being subtle. Ah, sounds terrible. Thank you, Weck. Yeah, it's easy to die in fucking Sybil scenario, at least. Damn. Alright, let's do it right. Get some Fat Frawl fan. Oh, what a good reference. That's such a good reference, Fat Frawl. Thank you. If you haven't seen Clue, I must insist. Stop watching this right now and watch Clue. I'm not even joking. It's such a good movie. It's so damn good. You don't even know how good it is. Slam that fucking enter button! Go! I don't care about Sally! Do you think it's the same Sally from Sonic the Hedgehog? Maybe I'll click instead. Is clicking less annoying? Does clicking sound just as bad as hitting enter a whole bunch? Okay, who translated this worked on Conquer Reloaded? No way! Get the hell out of here. I don't believe you. Similar, but clicking is better. Okay, good to know. I'll click instead. My big dumb mouse is gonna be on the screen the whole time though. Let's do things right. Because I want to know what Sybil was up to during the events of Silent Hill 1. I'm honestly curious. Although I don't know how much of Team Silent was actually involved in this. I'm curious and I'm not entirely well versed in that. Because judging from the credits, I'm not seeing familiar names. I'm not seeing Toyama or Owaku or any of those guys. Sato, I'm not seeing those guys. I'm thinking they took the assets from those people and then like totally different people made the play novel. Not super sure. Yeah, everyone's seeing the cursor on this. Ah! True, Arloa.
Well, thanks for subbing back. Ah, Cyber Swine. Cyber Swine was so good. I turned off all the crazy annoying music on my. I missed the annoying music on my my things, but it was getting in the way of the already annoying music of this thing. Okay, waiting for him to wake up. Sybil was relieved to know that she was not the only person in town. She sat down at the counter and waited for the man to awaken. After a bit, Sybil thought that the man's breathing had become troubled. As she thought this, he forcefully sat up. There he goes. There he goes. Wow. There he went. He went and did the thing. Yep. She was relieved. That's how she honestly felt. Looks like you've come around. Who are you? The man asked while heavily shaking his head. I'm Sybil. Sybil Bennett. All communication with this town suddenly went dead. This worried me, so I came here to investigate. Oh, I missed a fan art. Why do I keep missing this fan art? I'm sorry. Oh my god. It's really funny and I almost missed it. Ah, it's terrible that I almost missed it. Harry Mason is dead. Look at his dumb butt. He's dead. Oh, thank you, pretty pink pansy. It's so wonderful. Oh my god. Love it. I'm Harry Mason. I brought my daughter to this town for some sightseeing, but on the way there was an accident and I lost consciousness. Oh yeah, Sybil, you haven't seen a girl around this town, have you? For a moment, Sybil could not hide her astonishment, but then, because of her profession, she quickly feigned a more resolute attitude. That's decently localized. I appreciate that. Good words. Astonishment, resolute attitude. I'm fine with that. A little girl. No, I haven't seen her. When I came to after the accident, my daughter was nowhere to be seen. The passenger door was open and she was gone. Cheryl, sorry, my daughter's name is Cheryl. She's a timid child, so it's hard to imagine that she headed out into this weird town alone. Plus, I was there in the driver's seat. Oops, minimized it. I have to see my background there for a second. Oh no, it got wide and strange. Oh, I gotta move it down. Uh-oh. Okay, Quite, not quite, not quite, not quite. I'm close, I'm close. Oh, no, oh. Yes. Right there. I have to screen capture my whole screen to get this fucking tiny. This thing is so small. It's like 3 inches by 4.5 inches. It's so tiny. The thumping is happening when I'm not pressing the text? No way. Yo, I'm gonna silence the game. Tell me if the thumping is still happening. I'm gonna sit here and do nothing. Here I go. What? Maybe it's because the thing is leaning against the... Can you hear it now? I'm thinking if maybe it was because it was leaning against the desk a little bit. Okay, it went away. Okay. It's so hard to tell when this thing is barely hitting the desk because everything's the same color. Everything's black. It's hard to tell when something is actually leaning against something and transferring sound. Ugh. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm bad at streaming, everybody. Can you hear the keyboard from here right now? I'm gonna start using the keyboard for a little bit. Tell me if you can hear it. Say yes if you can hear it. Which is terrible. There's no sign of anyone, and what is going on with this snow at the time of the year? Just what in the world has happened in this town? Well, I haven't done it yet. Harry spoke while sighing. I'm afraid I don't know either. I still haven't seen anyone other than you. It's like the town is as silent as a graveyard, left without even the means to contact any neighboring towns. I see. So you also had an accident. I thought it was a good idea to head to the police station in this town alone on my motorcycle, but I guess I was going a little too fast. It's fine now? That's crazy. I'm so sorry. That is the difference between
Literally, this is the problem that was happening here. It's so simple and so ridiculous. The thing, the microphone stand, that thing the microphone is attached to and being held up to my face with, was leaning slightly against my desk and transferring the noise from my desk. Ugh, I hate streaming. I hate audio. Audio's bad. A girl suddenly jumped out into the road, and I'm pretty sure it was a girl. I almost hit her. I cut the handlebars hard in order to avoid her. After that, I can barely remember anything. When I came to, I was lying in the street in front of this cafe. So naturally, I came in here to get out of the snow. And then I found you sleeping there. I was having some kind of terrible dream. As for if I made it here on my own, I don't remember at all. Just what in the world has happened in this town? What is going on with everything? Well, the situation is definitely strange. I will head back to Bram's for reinforcements, then return here. How about you? Sybil stood and flexed her collar with resolute fortitude. I've got to look for Cheryl. There's no way I can leave her here alone. Here's my gun, you goddamn fucking idiot, and blah 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 blah. Enjoy my gun. Have fun with my gun. Yep, it's too quiet. There's no sense of anyone at all. I'd love to hail a taxi. Here I go. Here's a ditch. Here's another ditch. Uh-oh. Ah. Onomatopoeia for being cold. Oh, here, dog. Let's do the smart thing this time. Ran away. The monster just moves right past Sybil and then continues away from her. Clearly it's heading somewhere with some purpose. Various concerns run through the back of Sybil's mind. Instinctively, she begins to chase after the monster. Don't do that, you ding-dong. However, its speed is fast, and it does not appear possible for Sybil to be able to catch up to it. Additionally, the thick curtain of fog is also making her pursuit difficult. Sybil continues to run for a while, but ends up completely losing sight of her target. She stops and leans against an antique lamppost and presses on her chest. I was laughing at what Pazuzu was saying, infinite butts. It's true. It's not all the way true, I'm just like, ugh. That's my reaction to dogs. Ugh. It's not even an ugh. It's like an ugh. She stops and leans against the antique lamppost. She waited until she calmed down. Sybil calms herself the fuck down. Being unable to escape from Silent Hill, Sybil was worried about what she should do next. Oh my god, nothing changed? It was just like, I'm calm now. Alright, I should look for the police station. I'm going to the police station. Harry's gonna fucking shoot me in the head, and it's fine. And he's got a pipe, and it's fine. And I dodge instead of getting shot in the fucking face. Ah. The phone is off the plug. Oh, this is new. Two long, simple folding tables are lined up next to each other in this room, which is about 140 square feet in size. Oh my god! Who can tell how big a room is in square feet from entering it? Oh my god, that's insane to me. 140 is it's a pretty precise number. It's not like it's 143 square feet, but it's 140 square feet. What the hell? I can't be like, mental math. That wall looks about yay big by yay deep is 140 feet square. That's hilarious. Folding chairs surround the tables. The disorderly state of the chairs makes the empty station seem unnatural. Vermilion blood, huh, Laura? Cut the handle. That is vermilion. It is this orange red cutting the handlebars. Thank you, Arloa. That's what vermilion is, everybody. It's orange. It's very tiny, but it's orange. That's all that matters. A telephone is on top of the small wooden desk that has been placed in the corner of the room. The telephone receiver is dangling in the air just above the floor as if it had fallen off. It is bouncing up and down. I wonder if this is the phone that I was connected to. Sybil hangs the receiver up, but then picks it back up again and places it against her ear.
Of course it is not working. The problem is that the police station is completely empty. Even Sybil, who had been skeptical about the condition of the town up until this point, had to accept things as they were. We thought something terrible has happened here. There's a phone. A scribbled memo has been placed next to it. Ooh. A puzzle we're not allowed to do. 38 star 2647. I like to imagine what the puzzle might have been. Well, it looks like the number 9 and the number 1 has not been used, so I'm going to guess it's 3812647. Also 5 has. It could be a couple. I don't know. A tiny bit of green at wish. Your Cintique's so tiny, Arloa. Well, time for Sybil to do the puzzle for me. 38. Oh, it's just a star. I thought maybe it was like a blank and you'd have to figure it out. Because all the numbers only appeared once. Why was Cintiq a banned word? What the fuck? Cintiq a swear? What the hell? Da. What the fuck? We're now allowed to say the word Cintiq. Thank you for lifting this curse from the chat, Infinite Butts. We appreciate you dispelling the curse of not being allowed to say Cintiq because it's a slur. What? Sybil hastily repositioned the telephone receiver. Daddy? Cheryl. This is Cheryl, right? I am looking for you. Can you hear me? Daddy, help me. The telephone is muddled. Muddled? So Sybil cannot hear it very close. Do you mean muffled? Muddled is like what you do to a drink, like an alcoholic drink with fruit in it. You muddle a drink, like you mix up a drink. I don't know. It's kind of just like it's probably a technically correct term to use, but it's not a like localized correct term to use. Like nobody says, I don't know. Not a lot of people say muddled when they mean muffled. I don't know. Whatever. Cheryl, I'm coming to help you now. Tell me where you are. In elementary school. The phone went dead. What was all that about? Sybil left the police station. Sybil is once again in the city streets where the snow is falling. That's right. Sybil recalled her conversation with Harry. Duh, here he is. Yeah, I get muddled does being confused, but it's just kind of like a strange usage where there's other words that would make more sense there. It's kind of like an almost antiquated way to say that sentence. I don't know. It's not a like Americanized way to say that sentence, is what I'm saying. Maybe it's a little more like, I don't know, some other English-speaking country that isn't here. Maybe like Canada can say that and it makes sense. I don't know. Oh yeah, Sybil, you haven't seen a little girl in this town, have you? To find and protect Cheryl is Sybil's responsibility and her mission. Realizing this, Sybil could not sit still, and in the next moment she was gone. Yeah, the telephone was confused. Doesn't make sense. That's true. Muddled. Eh. There should be an elementary school on the edge of town. Sybil followed her intuition and decided that Cheryl was probably headed for the school after wandering around town. Probably. Given that, I mean, I'm following my intuition here. I'm not super sure, but the suspect... The child I'm looking for did say she was there. So I'm following my intuition. I think she's there. Per her training in child psychology, she had learned that if a child loses their parents or guardian, Sybil has training in child psychology, what the hell? Then the chance is high that they will be drawn to places they are most used to going. Places where there are a lot of people, however, ahead of her all knowledge, either a bit instinctively or due to a sense similar to that of a memory coming back.
What? However, ahead of her all knowledge, either a bit instinctively or due to a sense similar to that of a memory coming back, she believed somewhere within her heart that Cheryl was probably at the elementary school. Yeah. Wow. Sybil may have been drawn here by someone. As she nears the elementary school, part of her shirt becomes soaked with clammy sweat. Is it really okay to go inside? She asks herself this many times. She reached the edge of the school grounds. Her conscientious sense of duty as a police officer rose up within her along with her sense of reason, and she began to walk naturally toward the school. Oh my god, these sentences are so long and so tormented. God, these sentences are stretched thin with meaning. It is now too late for her to turn back. She readies herself and then using both hands, she pushes the door in front of her open with all her strength. Tormentuses. The aged building reeked of a peculiar mildew. However, its insides were much cleaner than she had expected, and Sybil found this a bit surprising. Perhaps it was just the result of her enduring the cold wind for so long, but she had a terrible headache. Sybil pressed her fingers to her temples and eventually began to walk aimlessly again. Sybil opened a door leading to a long hallway. She looked through the glass windows placed on the doors of the classrooms while slowly walking. There were no signs of Cheryl. The courtyard is to her right. The landscaping is very nice and has been well cared for. So if the courtyard's to her right, then she's on the, like, western half of the building. The snow has become sleet. It does not look like it will accumulate. In the back of the courtyard, there is an old-feeling clock tower. However, Sybil is not particularly interested in it. I wonder what Harry's doing. I wonder if the gun I gave him has come in handy. If I cannot meet with Harry after I find Cheryl, then it will be meaningless. We should have made plans to rendezvous somewhere. Sybil thought this, but at that point, nothing could be done at this point. Here's a gray child. At any rate, there was her horrible headache. It is gradually getting worse, dulling her sense of time and space. Time and space is getting all fucked up from my headache. A sluggishness similar to sleepiness grasps her entire body. I hope my gun is okay. Yep. Perhaps I am just dreaming all of this, Sybil thought. It is difficult for a person to tell whether they are dreaming or not while in a dream, but for her to accept these conditions is just as difficult. She has no memory of how she got to this town, so it seemed natural for her to think that she has been in a deep sleep since the moment of the motorcycle accident until now, or possibly from even before then. From the time of the phone call with the Silent Hill police station, or maybe... Oh, she was talking. While contemplating the many possibilities, Sybil climbed the stairs to the second floor of the school. This is a climbing animation? Whatever. Descending animation. And then... Oh, no, I can't choose what I hear. It is hot. That one. I don't know. Then she heard a melody being played on a piano from one of the classrooms. A nervous look ran across Sybil's face, and at the same time she felt relief. As if being drawn by the sound of the piano, Sybil cautiously moves toward the room that the music is coming from while feeling along the wall with her hand. Music room. That is what is written on the door. That makes sense. The beautiful melody is definitely being played by someone in this room. Zombie ghosts leave this place, but this is our house. Sybil places her hand on the door. And at that moment, the music suddenly stopped, and the area was enveloped in silence. Who's there? She says this and opens the door. Inside the center of the room, a grand piano has been placed. The piano appears cramped within the cozy room. No one is sitting in front of the piano. Sybil approaches the piano. The piano, the piano, the piano, the piano, the piano, the piano. Its cover is open. What? The cover of what? I don't know what you're talking about. You haven't mentioned the word piano in the fucking sentence.
Then the blacks and whites on the keyboard stand out. Almost like smoke, the player of the piano appears to have vanished into thin air. Strange, Sybil mutters, behind the curtains under the piano. Sybil looked in all places in the room that a person could hide. Plot twist, it's a harpsichord! God damn it, Weggy. God damn it. There's only one entrance to this room. There is no other way to enter this room other than by using the door that Sybil just came through. Did they jump out of the window? No, this is the second floor. Falling from here would result in more than just an injury. Having become a little spooked, she turned to leave the room. Oh, now you're spooked. Now you're spooked? In the next instant, Sybil's heart nearly stopped. Oh, my heart nearly stopped. Fucking Cheryl's right there in the corner. At the entrance to the music room, a white-faced girl was sitting still and just looking at Sybil. Oh my god. The fucking putt-putt emoji is exactly what she's doing. She appeared to be afraid of something and her wide eyes were filled with tears that looked like jewels. Cheryl? Are you Cheryl? Sybil regained her composure and approached the little girl. She pissed in. No, she's not pissing. It's awful. There is a little girl's room just down the hall and to the left, and she can go piss in and cry in, because that's where there's a crying thing. And there's also a portal to the 3rd floor in the other world, so it's fine. She can go there if she needs to piss. She kneeled and softly placed her hands on the girl's shoulders, and the girl nodded. My name is Sybil. Your daddy is looking for you. If we don't hurry back to him, your daddy is braving danger running around this town. Have you seen that ferocious-looking monster? Sybil thought of the monster that she had seen in town as she spoke. Cheryl. Shakes her head no. Shakes her head yes. I don't know what she did.
Yeah. You mean the one that looks like a dog? I have seen it, but he was not ferocious. He won't attack anyone or anything like that.
Sybil spoke with surprise. Wait, Sybil said that? Who said that? Wait, who said all of this? It attacked me and I had given my handgun to your daddy. Who's saying any of this? I thought I was going to die, but he was nice to me, and he listens to what I say. Sybil was half shocked inside. Well, okay. It would be terrible if you got hurt. I will protect you. Let's go to your daddy. It is my duty to take you to him. Saying this, Sybil takes Cheryl's hand in hers and they leave the music room. It's the piano. It is the piano talking. By chance, the two of them happen to look out the window. That's from where they are. The visible courtyard has become completely enveloped in darkness. For it to become night so soon, for a moment, Sybil cannot believe her eyes, but then she was only able to worry about whether she would be able to meet Harry. Two of them walk down the pitch-black hallway. Because of the difference in their strides, their footsteps overlap as they echo. At the moment, they approach the entrance to the school grounds. Cheryl spoke directly for the first time. Oh, she didn't say anything. She didn't say anything that whole scene. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Whatever. Fine. Water.
I don't want to leave here. I don't want to see my daddy. If we meet, there will be sadness. You should go back, ma'am.
Listen here, you little shit. Don't ma'am me. Sybil stopped and said, what the fuck? Don't call me ma'am. It's your daddy. There's no reason that would be sad for you to see him. If you stay here, then you might get hurt or worse. Things would then be truly sad. Saying that, Sybil begins walking again. After a bit, she stops and adds, it's miss, not ma'am. Yeah, girl. And then the two of them left the school. They're gone now. Good. You better correct that little bitch. Just what time is it now? I wonder what that was in Japanese. Senpai? I don't fucking know. I only know a couple of those things. Sybil curses the fact that she forgot her watch at the Bram station. It is probably late at night. She no longer feels the headache or the sleepiness from just before. Holding Cheryl's cold hand, Sybil forces her mind on locating Harry. She figured that Harry was no longer in the cafe, but wonders if maybe he left a memo or something there for her. Maybe Oka-san versus One-san? Compared to Harry, Sybil should know the geography of Silent Hill better because of her profession. However, because of the darkness and thick fog that limit her field of vision, she is in a situation which it is difficult to know even her current position. See, like, I'm wondering if it was something that is common to call police people. Like, maybe there's a specific authority, like keisatsu-related police term that you call the keisatsu, the police, versus, like, no, I'm a friend, call me this. Because I could see that being the original thing, but it's something that can't be... I mean, it could be translated, but this translator fucking sucks, because she would be like, officer. I mean, that's a word that's too big for a little kid to say. Like, hey, officer. It's like, no, just call me Sybil or something. I don't know. I'm guessing. Extremely guessing. She had encountered a strange monster on her way to school, so now she did not have much confidence in being able to find her way back to the cafe. The sky began to get light while Sybil walked and contemplated the route to the cafe. Call me Beppe. This made her think that perhaps time is rapidly passing in this town alone. Although the fog was present as ever to decrease visibility, she could see a lot better now. There it goes. There's the cafe. And then before she knew it, the cafe was right in front of her. There it is. Something isn't right. Sybil feels a sense of discord within her. However, her feet continued on as if guided by strong power to the inside of the cafe. Sybil led Cheryl through the entrance of the cafe. The inside of the cafe had been ravaged. The glass windows facing the street were broken and several tables were knocked on their sides, so Sybil could not move any further in. I guess this is in reference to the fact that a air screamer attacks Harry at the beginning of the game. Oh my god. I wonder if Harry is alright. A red pool of liquid reflects vividly in Sybil's eyes. She prayed that it was not Harry's blood. Harry, it's me. It's Sybil. I found Cheryl. If you're here, then please come out. There's no answer. Sybil had begun to step forward, but then gasped with an Just what is this? The corpse of a brown-colored monster that Sybil had never seen before lies in the center of the pool of red liquid. Oh, I see it. I see it. There's a wing here. This is a wing. I thought this was like some tarp on the ground, like a sheet. Head here, another wing. Yup. Several shells were scattered about, which meant that Harry probably had a battle here. Since Harry was no longer here, she guessed that he defeated this monster and then left in search for Cheryl. Is he hurt? Sybil began to search the area. I don't know what she fucking... I don't know what she did. She's searching. Thinking that perhaps there was a memo, Sybil began her search with the counter. However, did not appear to be anything there. Maybe Harry left here in a hurry after being attacked by this monster. Sybil looked at Cheryl. With the bloody scene in front of her, Cheryl was surprisingly calm. From time to time, she looked out at the window as if she was concerned about something. Well, your daddy is not here. Let's look somewhere else. Sybil took Cheryl's hand, and without a word, they rushed down into the snowy street once again. Bye. Let's go to the church. There's still other people here. Her eyes glittered. This might be Harry's way of telling me where he is. And even if it's not Harry, it means someone's in this town and I would like to meet them and hear what they have to say. Sybil's feet naturally pointed toward the church. Expecting to find a clue to escaping and reuniting with Harry, she tightly gripped Cheryl's hand and began to run. Once they arrived at the church, the ringing stopped and the large door at the entrance began to open from the inside. Sybil then thought that perhaps someone had been watching her movements all this time. She looked up at the top of the church and then began to look around nervously until a voice saying, "This way," brought her back to her senses. This way to a cutscene. Sybil faced the eerie woman from a distance. The woman once more called out to Sybil, "This way!" Sybil mysteriously moved forward toward the woman. Were you the one ringing that bell?
Coo-coo-coo-coo! Onomatopoeia for chuckle! Ah!
Oh, come on! Snipping this one too, because that's fucking funny. Oh my god. There are words for this. There are words for this. Coo-coo-coo. Oh my god. Now I gotta tweet this. Come on. Oh my god. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe this shit. Still streaming at twitch.tv/VoidBurger. Fucking call it heh 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 heh, you goddamn idiot. Or oh ho ho ho. Oh ho ho ho. It should be the haughty princess laugh, though. Oh ho ho ho. Oh ho ho ho. I go. Ooh, I moved the window. Shouldn't have done that. Silly me. Shouldn't have done it. Oh, not quite in the right spot. Move it down. Okay, there you go. Oh, I've been practicing. I've been practicing my oh ho ho laugh. Oh ho 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 ho. It's okay. Like in pitchfork back here. It looks like pitchfork. Candelabra, but it looks like pitchfork. We got an American Gothic here. So anyway, Dahlia just said, "Coo coo 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 coo." The woman's face suddenly twisted and she began laughing loudly. Oh ho 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 ho. She saw Sybil's perplexed expression, but thought nothing of it and just waved her hand left and right in front of Sybil's face. Is she pretending to slap him? What is that? Is that a fan art? If Harry's Yamcha, does that mean Sybil is Goku? Yes, that means Sybil is Goku. You're right. Yes, it's true, Reduxus.
I have been waiting for you. You have come just as I expected.
Sybil cocked her head to the side. Do you live here? The woman nodded and then looked at Cheryl.
You have done well to come here. You know, don't you? It was my doing that caused, and you were hesitant to come along, weren't you? But in the end, I was able to meet you. It is all thanks to that woman.
I don't understand what you're talking about. Me either, honestly? What woman? Fucking Alessa? Sybil's words may or may not have reached her, but the woman began to laugh loudly again. Oh! Hey, tell me, why are there no people here? Why are all the exits from town blocked?
I do not know either. But shouldn't you be asking that girl instead?
Sybil had a look of what on her face. She looked at Cheryl. She had a look of what on her face, you know.
Coo-coo-coo-coo.
Cheryl's face was tearful and she shook her head back and forth. Sybil looked back at that woman and shouted at her, "Stop all this nonsense! We have been pursued by monsters and nearly killed. If I was not protecting this child, then who knows what would have happened to her by now?"
The path of the wise man, the fool guided to this land through astrology. Not gonna go with gyromancy this time. I'm gonna save that one for Harry Mason. I'm gonna use astrology on Sybil, actually. I'm gonna use a different one for every person I run into, in fact. Everything has been preordained. There is nothing that I can do. You are not holding that child's hand. That child is holding yours.
Her anger showing, Sybil went to open her mouth, but at that moment the woman blocked her from opening her mouth? What the fuck?
I am Dahlia Gillespie. With that in hand, I wonder where you will end up going. I have nothing for you and nothing to tell you. You must escape from the demon's grasp as soon as possible. You must find the means to do so for your own sake. There is nothing I can do now. I will pray for your safety. Sybil Bennett.
Sybil was shocked to be called by name. As she watched Dahlia quickly depart, she was unable to speak. Bye. Fan art. She had a look on her face like, what? Oh, it's so good. Marlowa, that's so good. Oh my god. What's great is that it can be either Sybil or James because they have the same haircut. It's true. After Dahlia disappeared behind a door, Sybil regained herself. She tightly held Cheryl's hand and they left the church. Oh, I think I should call it My Voice is Dying. My voice is dying. I think now is a good time to stop. I feel like we're doing better. We're doing better. Things are fine. We didn't die as quick because we weren't trying to die as quick. So I think we're doing fine. Oh my god. I can't believe that Harry's entire, like, we fucked up so much in Harry's campaign. We finally got to the end of fucking up Harry's campaign, and not once did an untranslated onomatopoeia come up in Harry's campaign, but Sybil's had 2. 3? It had 2. Sybil's had 2 untranslated onomatopoeias that are easily translated, like so easy. Burr, ita meaning burr, and ku being he. They fucked up. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for fan art. Oh my god, so many people gave me such good fan art. I think Arloa did the most fan art. I had to guess. Reduxus did a lot too, though. Malgos had a bunch of great ones. Oh my gosh, a lot of really good ones. I definitely missed 1 or 2 different people listing those off, though. Thank you so much. Oh, Fat for All has one last one. Reuse the record. Oh my gosh, she's doing the oh ho ho ho. Nice one, Fat for All. I can't get over how incredibly tweezed Dahlia's eyebrows are. She's got a great eyebrow game. You know who would do a great Dahlia cosplay if she wanted to, and if she didn't see this as an insult? Dame Has Class, because Dame Has Class has the fiercest eyebrows. She could totally pull it off. She put on some like old lady makeup, she could pull it off, man. I mean that in the nicest way, not a mean way, in any way whatsoever, because I love her completely dearly, all the way to my heart. But yes, thank you. Pretty Pink Pansy too. Pretty Pink Pansy had some great shit in here. Thank you so much. That was some great stuff. I'm looking through them. I don't even know what my favorite is. They're so good. But you've seen them in the VODs. And yes, thanks Wegward for keeping us on track with the fan arts. It's hard to notice sometimes because I'm reading, you know, like it's hard to look back and forth at the chat when I'm reading all this stuff. So I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much for the backup. And yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully if work isn't busy. I canceled a stream earlier this week because work was like absolute pandemonium. Like, oh my god, I did like 8.5 hours of work on my day off. It was my day off. I did 8.5 hours of drawing from home on my day off. It sucked. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to stream next week. Hopefully more Resident Evil in addition to this. Because Resident Evil's great. I need Chip to play more of it. He's been busy because he has a job now. Hell fucking yes. But it means he can't play Resident Evil as much. Oops. Also, there might be a Scream Team stream next Friday. It's looking like it's shaping up. There'll be a Scream Team stream for the new game called Devotion, which is by the people who made Detention.
which is a really, really, really good horror game. Detention was great. Very, very Silent Hill in pacing and just general emotive atmosphere. Very Silent Hill-esque. So we are expecting great things from, it's not a sequel, but it is the next game from those people that made Detention. So it should be great. I've heard Devotion's really great from the couple people who have played it. So I'm very excited. So look forward to the Scream Team stream on next Friday. Not this Friday. That would be tomorrow. Well, for people watching the VOD, it's probably today, but whatever. Not that Friday, the Friday after. So look forward to that. And yeah, I've been waffling on for too much. Thank you for watching. You guys are great. Bye.